What is happening, everybody? Mattmade here, bringing the top 5 gaming news stories from this week. Let's jump right into it. The first story that we have this week is that PlayStation is going to allow name changes pretty soon. Currently, the PlayStation ID name changes are in beta, and you had to have been in previous PlayStation 4 software betas to participate. When you change your name, you have the option to display your previous ID or just display the new ID. On top of which, during the preview program, you'll be able to change your name as many times as you want. The first change is free, but after that, it'll cost $9.99 US in order to change your name after that. However, for PlayStation Plus members, it'll cost $4.99. Now, this feature isn't available or will work for all games. Currently, they're saying that only games created and developed after April 1st of this year will be able to do the name change. Whether this is due to how those games use the user ID or how PlayStation implemented the ID system is unknown, but I'll have to guess that it's just the way they implemented this system. Now, with the preview program, it's slated to end at the end of November, and then in early 2019, they'll start rolling this out for everyone. I'm excited about that because if you're like me and you've had your PlayStation account for, years and years at this point, you made it when you were younger and it's all edgy or it's something random, or you just want to change it because you want to try something new and something fresh. The next story that we have is that Borderlands 2 VR has been announced. It's currently going to only be on PlayStation VR, and you can play the entire game in VR. Unfortunately, it's only single player, there's no multiplayer, but to make up for that, they made some changes. One of the new mechanics they added was an interesting bullet time mechanic called BAMF time, and BAMF time apparently stands for Badass Mega Fun Time. Borderlands has always been great with their weird names and their wacky universe, like Handsome Jack and the Borderlands series, and it's just a great series. And I just want 3 to come out. Just give me 3. Gearbox, just give me Borderlands 3 and I'll be a happy camper. Don't give me no Battleborn stuff. Throw that out the window. Just make Borderlands 3 and I'll be good to go. Just give me that. Now, the BAMF time has its own skill tree, and each class, all the classes from Borderlands 2 are back. Each class has different augmentations with the BAMF time skill tree. On top of which, since it's a single player game, some abilities have been tweaked, since a few of them were meant for co-op, and since it's going to be a single player game, those abilities will be pretty much useless. These abilities have been changed more to work with the BAMF time or to buff you in some sort of way, which is pretty cool, and it's great that they didn't just rip it and throw it into VR. I like that they took the time out and actually thought about what the game needed to be. Borderlands 2 VR launches December 14th, so I'm really curious. If you have a PSVR, let me know how the game is. I haven't made the leap in myself, but I'm really getting close at this point. There are so many good games that seem great and a right fit for it. Now for the big news. Microsoft XCloud gaming service. It seems like they're going the way of Google Project Stream in that they're streaming games to users. The major difference is that they use their Azure servers, and they have a footprint everywhere right now, with a rollout of more Azure servers in the future. Currently, this is in beta, and public trials are scheduled to begin in 2019. I'm curious to see how they're going to differentiate themselves from Google, how they're actually going to implement their streaming technology. Just what is it going to look like? They released an announcement trailer showing off that their Azure servers are going to have blades which contain components of the Xbox One X, so that they can spread those out and many people from all over can game on mobile devices like tablets and phones. This seems really similar to Google's Project Stream, however, it's a more mobile focused environment. You can not only use an Xbox One controller by connecting it to a tablet or phone via Bluetooth, but you can also use a soft pad. So it'll have on-screen analog sticks and on-screen buttons so that you can use it and really get the full experience of an Xbox without having the hardware. Currently, Microsoft says they have things running with speeds as low as 10 megabits a second. I'm really worried about that because 10 megabits a second isn't much. And when you're dealing with high-speed gaming and things that require Twitch actions, the latency can be a real killer for that, which is something I think they're working on. And with Google, I'm interested to see where this goes. I, for one, am still on the fence because I still like having like the physical boxes. I like having it just in my hands. So I'm curious to see who adopts this, how fast it's adopted, if it's a success, if they can get the latency down. I'm really interested in just where the technology is going, just like laser focused, just what is happening, what's going on. This is pretty cool. I like things like this. I'm really excited for it because even if I don't adopt it myself, I just like to see companies innovate and see where they're going with things. Next up, we have an update about the Walking Dead games. Skybound Games is apparently going to publish and develop and finish the final season of The Walking Dead. Skybound founder Robert Kirkman announced this, and he really wants to pull the team that was working on the Telltale series back together so that they can finish it out. I found that to be pretty cool, and since Skybound Entertainment initially reached out to Telltale about creating the Walking Dead games, it's really nice to see them just picking up the slack since unfortunately Telltale laid off everyone. Nothing has been finalized as of yet. However, it seems to be a surefire thing and something that's just definitely gonna happen. I, for one, am excited for those guys, and I hope all the developers can at least get a little bit more money or find other positions even within Skybound Games so that they can continue their work and that they're just not left out in the cold. Last up, we have the Sony president talking about the next-gen PlayStation. Sony president Kenichiro Yoshida was talking to the Financial Times, and he was talking about how Sony was looking forward and looking towards the next generation of PlayStation. Now, as soon as this was announced, like, everybody started clamoring about it, saying, hey, the PS5's coming, hey, the PS5's coming. And then rumors started to spread, and everybody's just in a tizzy about it. Now, there hasn't been much information about this, like, there's pretty much no information at all. This is how much information we got, like this right here. So it's more speculation than anything, but if you all know anything about me, I love to speculate. I love thinking about where technology can go. So a bit of speculation here is that it's not going to come for at least 2 more years. 2020 or 2021 at the earliest. The PS4 Pro is just really now finding its legs and really getting market penetration, so I highly doubt they're going to cut in the profits there. On top of which, they just come out with special editions like Spider-Man PS4 Pro. There should be a Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro coming out, so I know they're not going to like burn their consumers and burn their base over something like that. Now, games in development or games that are starting development may be cross-generational. They're gonna definitely come out for PS4 as well, so it's not like, hey, games started in 2019 is definitely gonna be a PS5 exclusive, or games started in December of 2018 are gonna be PS5 exclusive. That's definitely not gonna happen. Now, what is interesting is the direction that PlayStation may go. I'm curious if they're gonna go the Microsoft and Google route and just do more of a streaming box, or if they're going to stick to the hardware needs to be local, the consumer needs to have all the power right in front of them, and we're not going to worry about setting up servers and figuring out latency and all the other issues that come with streaming games. But a few things I'd love to see in the PlayStation 5, if they stick to like a local hardware and not a streaming box, is, are they going to do 8K? Is it really necessary to do 8K? What type of drives are you gonna have, like disk space, disk speed, things like that. Because at this point in time, honestly, you're not gonna notice a huge difference between 4K and 8K. You're not gonna notice a big difference between a faster disk drive. I mean, you notice a bit of a difference in the speeds, but the only thing I can see them doing is maybe a bigger hard drive and a few other things. Again, these are the type of things in gaming that excite me, so I could banter about this all day. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on one or all of these stories in the comment section down below. It's conversation. I want to talk to you about it. I want to geek out about it. I really just want some dialogue going back and forth about this because it's really interesting to me and I hope it's interesting to you. But with that being said, that's the end of today's show. If you're a fan of gaming, consider striking that subscribe button and ringing that bell. This is Mattmade, and I will see you all next week.